Hey everybody, Bezant here, and we've got Risa behind the camera. And we are in Wonder Looper, Yokohama. This is our new office. Take a look around. We're going to give you a tour before we start doing all of the renovations and putting in all of the proper furniture. So come with me and we'll introduce the space. But first, let's do a quick little fit check here. Today I've got on my Super Looper in the burgundy color in the zip hoodie, and I'm happy to announce that this color will be coming back for spring summer 26. T-shirts, just my Ultimate Pima Suriyami tee. On the legs, I've got these UK military pants that I bought in Scotland at the thrift. They were £5 only, actually a very, very good deal. On my feet, I've got some Asics. They're these Gore-Tex brown colored ones, which I really like, very military style. And on my wrist, I've got one of my many Casio G-Shocks. I like this one because it pairs up nicely with the burgundy sweatshirt with the little red accents here. Okay, and so let's take a tour of the new space. It is roughly, 1,000 square feet here?
100 square meters.
100 square meters. So
Close to about.
yeah, so we're working with like 4 or 5 times the space than we're currently working out of right now. As you can see, there's carpets here on the floor, and that's going to be one of the things that we're going to change. We'll talk about some of the wood options that we're going through and some of the challenges we have with actually fixing this floor. Come this way here, you'll notice that there are tape on the floor, and that is because we're just laying out the office right now. Risa's going to tell you exactly what's going to go where, but what I really want to show you is the view out here, because we have quite a beautiful view of Yokohama. As you can see, all the lovely buildings, and we'll get to see a nice sunset when the sun does set. And just across the way over there, I don't know if you can see it, there's an amusement park down there. So we're very, very close to something called Minatomi Rai, which is a beautiful area here in Yokohama. So when you come and visit us here, you can also, ride some rides and see the sea, because the ocean is just across the way, just past the buildings here. And it's a beautiful walk. You can see a lot of ships, and it's a nice harbor front. So we're very excited to have this location. It's in the Bashamichi district area of Yokohama. And let's throw it over to Risa here, because she's going to tell you exactly what's happening here on the floors.
Hey, everybody. This is Risa, by the way, and I'm going to show you where things are going to go.
But first, the fit check.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
Today is my physical labor day, so I have a very loose-fitting, double heavyweight Sumi French terry hoodie. This is actually Bezas. I'm just borrowing it. It's oversized. I got Ultimate Pima t-shirts underneath, the white. And then on my legs, I got the old Naked and Famous Arrow fit, so women's fit jeans. And I think this was only the sample. I don't think we made a product of it, but I just found this in my closet. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to wear new raw denim this summer. And then on the foot, I have the Nike and Sacai collaboration Cortez, and it's got the air in the sole. So it's very comfortable. And I think that's about it. And I'm just going to show you where things are going to go. So right here, we have the first tape section. This is where all of our these things are gonna go. So everything is gonna go up to like maybe this height, and each size have a bin. So we're gonna have a bunch of those against the window. I know it's gonna block the view, but sometimes we need to store things. Over here, we're gonna have these like the aisles in between of these shelves. So these white blocks are also shelves that's gonna sit face out back to back. So there's gonna be one facing out this way and one facing out this way. So we can walk in between and pick from these shelves. So
everything's on wheels.
Yeah, everything is on wheels, so we can move things around really easily. We already use a bunch of these in our current warehouse, and so we're just gonna bring them over. We're gonna get a few more, and this part is gonna be like more like a warehouse. So we got this another row here. This, we're only gonna have maybe one here so that we can have access to this wall, which I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Maybe we store things here. We got a toilet here. We also got a office pantry here, which I don't know what we're gonna do with, but we have some little kitchen so we can make coffee and stuff like that. And over here, when the shelves ends here, we're gonna have a warehouse work table right here. So this is where we're gonna be packing and shipping. So we're gonna have a computer here, printing labels, everything like that happens on this island. And then over here, our plan is to have the shelves alongside the wall up till here. And then this corner will be my sewing corner. So we're gonna be having the chain stitch machine here, gonna be working around here. I have a little extra space here to, do things. And then if I turn around, there's the work table. So I got more surface here. So I think that's a good layout here. And then over here, we're gonna have, this side we're not really certain yet. We just decided to put desks here. So we're gonna be working this way, where one of us is going to sit this way, and then the computer is going to go back to back. The other person is working this way. So, if somebody comes in, we both know somebody's coming in.
What we really want for this area, hold on, I want to spin the camera around.
Sure.
My dream desk for this area is these Herman Miller desks. They're a little pricey, but they look really nice. So anyhow, we'll see. I'll show it on screen. Let us know what you think of these desks. And then also right here behind Risa, I want to put a giant couch. And we found one yesterday that looks really cool. Anyways, I'll put it up on the screen here. Let us know what you think, because it's a big puffy couch, and we make a lot of double heavyweight things, and this looks like a double heavyweight couch. So
we both saw it. We both saw this couch yesterday separately, and we both thought that that's gonna work. So I think that's, that's clearly a good couch. We just don't know if we should buy that.
Yeah.
We'll see. So we're gonna have some a couch here. We're gonna have, we're not so sure, but we're gonna have some rolling racks with our samples on there. Somewhere around here, maybe here.
Yeah, probably in the edge area.
Yeah.
Here and right over there.
Yeah. But again, like everything except for our work desks and the couch would be on wheels, basically. So everything's gonna be movable. We can, move things around if something don't work. So that's what we're planning on. And on the back here, because we have a lot of windows here, out there's a bunch of buildings, but we still get some lights. So I think we're gonna put a bunch of plants up here to get some sunlight.
Yeah.
All right, so.
And then lastly,
yeah.
over here, let's check it out here. We've got some flooring options, and I'll tell you what we're thinking about, and you tell us what you think. But I also want to show you some of the problems, because I know some people are going to be like, well, why don't you use real wood floors, or why don't you use refinish the floor with concrete? I'm going to show you why, and it's a very specific type of Japanese office floor setup that makes things a little bit more complicated. Okay? I think it is. Right. I think it is. Right. Okay, so Risa, why don't you introduce the floors?
Okay. So right here, this is actually my favorite option so far. This is the this is also, everything here is the fake wood, but this one looks very real, a little vintagey floor. It also has a lot of texture, so it doesn't look so fake, and it's so shiny. So that's what I like about this one. Here, this one is actually like a herringbone style. So without, having people work like herringbone style, flooring, which can cost a lot. This is already kind of,
Has this tried?
yeah. So I guess I don't know how this works, but I don't know. Anyways, it's going to make the herringbone shape without having the herringbone.
Yeah, having to lay out the tiles.
Exactly. Right.
And then this is just a simple.
Yeah, this one is my least favorite one. This one also has a bunch of texture to it. It just seems it's lacking a little bit of character. So it's I don't know if this is going to make the cut. Right. We did also have like some concrete looking floor tile options, but because we have the concrete, like actual concrete structures here and gray wall, we decided maybe contrast wood might make the flooring very interesting.
Yeah. And so let me just introduce to you, because I know some people are going to ask, why don't you just put down some real wood floors, or why don't you remove the carpet and just like polish what's underneath? And let's show you what's underneath, because it's not what you might think. Okay, so Risa's just going to pull up some carpet right now, and you'll see that underneath we have these metal plates, and then when you lift underneath here, you've got all the wiring. And so underneath that even is like a plastic membrane layer, and
then there's an actual concrete structure
right
out there.
So what we would have to do is we'd have to rip up all of this in order to refinish the concrete floor, which would cost a lot of money, because number one, you have to rip all this up. But here in Japan, when you leave a place, you have to put it back exactly as you received it. So we'd have to reinstall it on exit once, the lease is up or we decide to move or whatever. So that can become quite costly. And then another problem we had is that, I'll show you right here, the entryway. The flooring has to be flush with the entryway. So if we ripped up all the floors and put down concrete, we would have to fill it up so much, or we'd have to have some sort of ramp. I don't know. I like things being pretty flush here. So having these sort of faux wood, I'm not exactly sure what they're made of, but the faux wood floor here seemingly is the best option, because the thickness is the same as the carpet. So it's just the easiest option and the least expensive option, while still being quite not inexpensive, if you know what I mean. The flooring choice we picked seemingly is the most expensive one they have right now, which, anyhow, it is what it is.
I mean, that actually makes me feel good about it, because that means that it is the most desirable, or like the most, work put into this, I feel.
It definitely feels a little more premium than the rest. We did look at real wood flooring options, and yeah, it's just on top of the cost of that, which is actually similarly priced to what we're looking at right now. It's just ripping up the floor and then having to re-put the floor down. If you factor in that cost, it's just astronomical, and I just don't think it's necessarily worth it. So, yeah, if I owned this place, this was mine, maybe it would be a little bit different. But since this is a rental.
Right. We're going to be here for a long time, I think. Mm-hmm. But also, just like putting on too much money and too much headache of having to figure out what the, level of situation and all of that kind of things. On top of that, real wood also takes some care.
Right.
As well. So I think with just like our resources limited, time limited also.
Time is definitely limited.
Everything considered, I think this is the most sensible option.
Right. And after many, many months of trying to find a place, we finally landed one. It's June 1st right now, 2025. Right. And we want to be operational in this space by the end of June. So, having to make those, basically we're making a lot of choices based on material and availability. So that factors into it as well, because the fall deliveries will start coming, we'll start receiving them probably like late July and early August. So we have to really be ready for all that. Now, that's not to say that this space is going to be available, like open to the public just yet. Give us time, and we'll get there. We'll make some announcements about that.
Once it's ready, when we move in, we do another one of these reviews or, where we are. And maybe by then we have a better idea of what we can.
We'll have a little progress check. And then maybe we'll have some furniture buying days with you guys. We'll show you what we're buying and stuff. So I think we're getting some pretty cool stuff. Anyhow, we're trying to have a budget, but that budget just seemingly keeps going out the window. Yeah.
It's also our first time putting together an office like this at this scale. So, everything is a learning curve. And, I don't know. Budget is not something we can, I don't know. Sometimes we have to spend the money.
Yeah. Anyhow, we'll see. Well, hopefully it all looks nice when it all comes together. But we'll keep you posted. We'll keep you posted. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you like our videos, you like the stuff that we do, hit the subscribe button, like to our channel. Subscribe to the button, and we'll see you guys next time. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.